Hey, how is it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with a different kind of video today. As you see from the video title, it's going to be something like how to deal with anxiety issues and something along that lines. And I've been planning on doing this video for a long time, and I just really now got the nerve to do it. I don't know really what I'm going to say. It's just going to come straight out my mouth, and whatever hits my mind and I talk to you about is what I'm going to say. So, I'm somebody that dealt with anxiety about, I'd say about a year ago, and it really hit me about as hard as it could possibly, it could possibly imagine it happening. It was the first time I really dealt with it as bad as I did, and it was horrible. Let's see, side effects. I would just start thinking of things, and I would just start bursting out crying. I would hyperventilate. I would get mad very easy. I would so many things, man. And it's just bad. Anxiety is extremely bad. I don't really want to go into why that happened, but it just happened, and it really hit me for a period of, I would say, about 3 months of constant just misery, depression. It was just bad. If you follow my YouTube videos for a long time since over a year ago, you probably noticed in that 3 month period that the videos are really scarce and really scarce, and I took a break for about 3 months, maybe uploaded a video every week or so, every 2 weeks, but it was just a bad time in my life. I could not enjoy anything. I was depressed 24/7. It was just very bad. So how did I overcome that? For starters, I had to go to multiple doctors. I ended up going to the emergency room one time. I'm trying to think of what all happened, because I mean, this was over a year ago. But I had to go to the emergency room, and because it was just so bad, I just couldn't relax. I couldn't enjoy my life. It was just hit me so hard. So I ended up going to the emergency room. I had to talk to a couple doctors about the effects and all kinds of different things. Because anxiety, I mean, it's a real thing. It's not. Depression is real too. Depression, I don't care. Do never make fun of people that's going under depression, anxiety problems. It's like some of the worst things you could ever do. You can never relax. You can never enjoy your life, and that is probably the lowest you can ever be. Nothing brings you joy. You cannot concentrate on anything. You don't have motivation for anything, and that's just bad. It's very bad. Ended up going to a therapist, talked to him about some things. They put me on some medicine, and that really helps. For some people, it's not necessarily your fault, because some people, you have a chemical imbalance in your body, and you need that medicine to function on a daily basis, and you need that medicine to really help you deal with situations that normal people can deal with, because they don't have that chemical imbalance, and it won't affect you in such a negative way. That's not your fault. That's just your genetics and the build of your body. It's not just me. My sister has this problem. I think my parents have this problem, but they haven't got any medicine. I think that's why it's really carried down to me. It's not my fault. It's just some situations that are presented to me. If I'm not on this medicine, it really affects me in a negative way that it shouldn't. I just cannot relax. I can't function. I get too worked up. I start hyperventilating. And ever since I've been on this medicine, none of that stuff has happened. I'm able to deal with situations a lot better. Negativity, I've turned it into positivity. And I'm such a better person. I feel like such a better person. I'm happier. I'm just not. Ever since I've been on this medicine, my life has been better 99% of the time. I'm so much better, so much happier, and take things in so much more of a positive way, and have done so many things with my life since then. So, first thing is go to a doctor, because it might just be a problem. And even if it's not, it might be a problem in your body. It might be a chemical imbalance, which is it's my fault. And it's not my fault. It's in my genes. It's inside my body. It's not my fault. It's a chemical imbalance, and I need medicine to control that. So that might be the same problem for you. You might need to go to the doctor, take some medicine, and you'll be completely fine. And even if it's not a chemical imbalance, you're just going through depression, medicine can help you. Antidepressants anything else can be beneficial towards you, whatever can help you get better. That's the thing. The key is to get better and to do something with your life that makes you keep your mind off other things. For me, I began to work out. I began to spend a lot of my time working out, pushing myself, not necessarily running, but lifting weights, and that helped me so much. Do something that helps you better your life and helps you think of yourself more in a positive way. When this happened to me, I was a little scrawny kid. I was like 130, 140 pounds, very, very small. I started to work out because I felt better about myself. If I was not on the medicine, I could not have started working out because I would have just not been able to have the mental capacity to do so and the focus, and I would have just not been able to do it. But I got the medicine, felt so much better about myself once I started working out. Because in the past year, or really the past 8 months or so, I gained like 40, 45 pounds of muscle. And I feel so much better about myself. People compliment me all the time, and I just feel a lot better about myself in general. And that helped me. That was just a part of the process to get over my depression, my anxiety, and stuff like that. And for you, it does not have to be working out. It does not have to be anything like that. Just my advice, just find a way that helps you, that makes you feel better about yourself, makes you feel better about yourself physically, mentally, just anything, and just anything to keep your mind off whatever situation is causing your problem. So that is something that I would recommend, definitely. And the medicine and the working out is big reason how I got over these problems. And really, since I've been on that medicine, maybe it took about a month to really kick in. That really is what I've not had any relapses. I've never felt anything like I did before that. I've felt perfectly fine ever since then. But there is one scenario and one negative effect to this. Once you take this medicine for a long period of time, your body really gets used to it, and it's like it's not your fault, but you're like addicted to the medicine. And you thought your chemical imbalance or your problems was bad before then. Once you get off the medicine, your body just cannot function, and you feel, I wouldn't say as bad as before, because when that happens, you realize what is going on. Your mental work is a lot better because you actually can fight against it, because you know that you're not that person. You're not in that situation anymore. But it's just the being off the medicine makes it really hard to overcome that. But if you had mental capacity to do so, which you should have at the time, because over that period you learned that I don't have to be like that. I'm better than that. I know that I can get over this. So you just think about that for a while if you're out of your medicine or you're off the medicine, and you should go right back to normal, because you know that you're better than that. You know you can overcome it because you've done it before, and you know that you're better than that. So that is that. Because that still happens to me. When I run out of my medicine, I get depressed probably for about a day or two. I start thinking so negative, but then I got to think to myself, I mean, man, this isn't me. I know I'm better than this. I know that this the only reason I'm feeling like this is that I'm off the medicine. The first key into recovery is knowing why you feel like you do. You don't feel like you do because you really feel those feelings. You feel like you do because you're off the medicine, and that's not your fault. You can't help that. So just think of the problem. Just realizing that there is a problem is the first step into recovery. And for people that go through this process and they get off the medicine for good, kudos to you. I've not been able to do that yet. I'm afraid of doing that, which I probably shouldn't be. And you really, when that happens to the point where you want to get off the medicine, you have to talk to your doctor, and he'll provide you with a program to weed yourself off of it. And because when you just are on it for like a year straight or a month at a time without running out, or 2 months at a time, and you go strictly off of it, yeah, it kind of screws your body up and your mental capacity up. And that's when you got to try to overcome it with the knowledge that this isn't me. This is just me coming off the medicine. So the doctor will provide you with a program to get off it easily, and not necessarily a quick thing, but it'll help you gradually get off the medicine. You can be off it for good and be perfectly fine. So 2 things, simply put, that could have made this video a lot shorter, but there's the two main things in overcoming depression and anxiety. Talk to a doctor, get some medicine. Do not be embarrassed. It's not necessarily your fault that you have to do this. Everybody has their own problems. This is your problem. It's the chemical imbalance in your body. Do not be embarrassed. Do not be ashamed. Go to a doctor and fix yourself. You'll feel 100% better. And while you're on that medicine, or if you just completely neglect the medicine aspect or doctor aspect of getting better mentally and physically, do something to better yourself. For me, it was working out, putting my time and effort into that, and finding a thing you can focus your time and energy and mental capacity into to avoid the negative thoughts which got you to the point that you were at before. So it doesn't have to be working out. It can be absolutely anything you find enjoyment in, anything you feel like it betters yourself, or just something you enjoy that can keep your mind off of things. That's the two main things there, and that's it. The only negative aspect is when you take medicine, when you get off of it or run out of it, you kind of feel like you did before, but you are mentally stronger to where you might feel bad for a little while, but you know it's not you that's feeling bad, it's your body. So hopefully that helps. That's really how I got better and got to the point where I am. I'm never like that anymore, and I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with my life. I have a lot of things going for me right now, which I'm very happy for. I feel better physically, feel better mentally. I can focus, and it's just, I've never been happier in my life. And it's hard to think, because a year ago I pretty much wanted to kill myself. It was horrible. Depression, anxiety, every single day. I could never relax, never focus, never feel happy about my life. I thought my life was going completely downhill. But now, after following those few steps and getting addicted to working out, really, that's the thing that really helped me focus my time and energy into, that kept my mind off of the negativity, which really screwed up last 3-4 months of my senior year. So I really never got to enjoy my senior year, but things happen. But I'll leave it at that, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful, and for you guys out there that struggle with anxiety, depression, I feel you. I promise. I went through it, but just trust me. The first thing, you got to realize you can get out of it. It's not a permanent thing. You can get out of it. Just find something that makes you feel better. Go to a doctor if you need to, and they're there to help you. You have people that help you, that can help you, and trust me, it's you can get out of it. It's not a permanent thing. So hopefully this is helpful. And hopefully you guys will get over your problems soon, because you don't have to be the way you are. You don't have to have anxiety. You don't have depression. It sucks. I know it does. But the first problem, you just gotta realize what's going on. You know you're better than that. So I guess that's it, guys. If you have any other questions with how I got over my anxiety and depression, please leave me a PM or a message in my inbox or a comment, and I'll be sure to help you guys out, because I know how bad it sucks to be in the stage you are, the mental stage that you are, because it's just nobody can understand unless you've gone through it, because it's just horrible. There's nothing worse. There's absolutely nothing worse than to feel like there is nothing to look forward to, nothing to be happy about. Just it's horrible. It's a horrible state of mind. So be sure to ask me any other questions that you feel would be helpful for you in your recovery. So that's it. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/S3RTR. And as always, guys, roll Tiger socks and go Titans to you. Catch you guys next time. Get on that first step to recovery, because I promise you, you'll feel so much better and you'll never look back. Peace.